What's up guys? In this video, we're going to explore, is poker making you unhappy? Alright guys, in today's video, we're going to dive deep into the dark side of poker and how if we approach it in the wrong way, it can lead to us being unhappy, miserable, depressed, and just an all-around worse version of ourselves. Now don't get me wrong, we all love poker. Poker is an amazing game and we do it because we enjoy it and we get great opportunities from it. But if you have these common pitfalls in your life, which we're going to discuss today, you can go into some really dark places. All right, so you guys watching this will be in one of those places now. You'll be unhappy, miserable, and poker will be the catalyst for that. All right, I'm going to talk about how poker can be this cause of your unhappiness, all right, and how to avoid it. So first of all, why would poker make you unhappy? It's just a game, right? It's just a card game that you play either live or online. Should it's fun? Should it's enjoyable? Should there's opportunities? Why would it make me unhappy? So let's have a look at some of the attributes of poker. First of all, it's quite stressful, right? It's stressful playing for money. It's stressful trying to challenge yourself intellectually. It's challenging and stressful to put yourself on the line day after day, especially if it's your sole form of income. There's a lot of pressure on you. There's a lot of pressure to perform for yourself, maybe for your family, to support your immediate family. So there's pressure on. There's a lot of things that aren't in your control. You can't control whether you're going to win, whether you're going to lose. Day to day, week to week, there's a lot of things that you can't control. It's unpredictable. Are you going to win? Are you going to lose? Any day, any week, any month, any year. Very unpredictable, very unstable. All right, so you see some issues that are quite unique to poker, or they're very magnified in poker, that could make us potentially unhappy. However, I want to call bullshit on all of them and say none of them are the reason you're unhappy. If you're unhappy in poker, none of them are the cause, okay? So let's get the obvious ones out in the open, and we'll go through why they're not the reason. Now, make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I'm actually going to teach you some 3-step approach to actually fix these problems. It's not going to be all doom and gloom. We're going to actually go into some action steps you can take to come out of this place and actually approach poker in a better way, which actually makes you happy and fulfilled. But we'll get the bad stuff out of the way first. So it's not the fact that poker is challenging, tough, stressful, out of control that makes us unhappy. All of those things, if you approach them in the right way, can actually be positive factors. Stress means I care. Out of control means it's unpredictable, it's fun. Unpredictable itself means I don't get to know what's coming next, and it's fun for the mind to engage in these activities. So the things that make you unhappy can also make you very happy through poker. However, there is one big reason that makes you unhappy through poker, all right? And I've now worked with hundreds and hundreds of poker players. I've had this conversation so many times, and there's a very common reason that comes up which causes you to be unhappy on your poker pursuit. You ready for it? It's one word. It's attachment. Attachment to the poker outcomes. Attachment to your self-worth, your validation, who you think you are, is linked to your poker success. This is what makes you unhappy. And you think you need to be successful. You need to have success in poker in order to be good inside, to feel good, to feel worthy. All right, if I go on my own story, when I got into poker at the age of 23. I just finished university and did a degree in sports science. My family, my friends thought I was going to do the normal thing and get into a career job. And it just wasn't working for me. I couldn't find any jobs I wanted, and I wasn't driven to pursue anything academically. I stumbled into poker and I moved to Thailand to give it a go with some friends. Now at first it was just fun getting started, but very quickly, boom, pressure. Very quickly, I need to make this work to show other people that this was a good option for me. I went a very unconventional path. A lot of you guys will be able to relate to this. You've went an unconventional path. You've taken you've other opportunities you've said no to, other career paths. And I instantly started to feel the pressure, not just from me to support myself, but to prove to other people. Also prove myself, to prove my self-worth, that I could do something, I could achieve something. And this became this big thing, all right? For 3 to 5 years of playing poker full time, I played poker for 6 and a bit, but the first 3 to 5, it was all about that. It was all about proving other people wrong, trying to improve my life circumstances, prove I can do it. Now that attachment, thinking that I need to do that, created a very negative state, all right? I wasn't happy on that pursuit. I made progress, I had some success, but I wasn't happy. It was making me unfulfilled because I thought if I didn't achieve success in poker, I'd be less of a version of myself. Other people wouldn't respect me. Other people would think I made a stupid choice picking poker instead of going down a career path. That I would think I was stupid. I didn't validate myself. So I created this big attachment. The attachment to the ideal of having success in poker. All right, a lot of you guys will be doing the same thing. All right. So the way we've got to look at it is we put our internal states on the external and think, for me to feel good inside, self-worth, respect of others, appreciation, all the things that we think we need, we put it all on poker. We go, poker will fill this. I failed at many things in my life. Poker will will kind of overcome those obstacles. Other people have underestimated me. Poker will show them wrong. The problem with this is we're literally putting our internal happiness. We're thinking that our self-worth, our happiness is dependent on this external thing. And guess what? It's going to make you unhappy. It's going to make you miserable. You're going to feel the pressure. You're going to feel the stress. You're going to feel that you can never get there. And if you get there, if you make it against the odds, you have success in poker, now what do you worry about? Keeping it. All right. So when you have the success from the outcomes, the external, what happens is we get a fleeting moment of enjoyment, a fleeting moment of pleasure, a thrill, a desire is fulfilled. Yes. We think it's going to last. We think that's where our happiness will subside, kind of generate from, but it never does. It never can. And if it did for even for a period of time, your mind would instantly start worrying about how to keep it, how to keep other people's opinions in check, how to make sure I keep this successful image of myself, both for me and other people. Right? It's tiring. It's really draining to live your life attached to outcomes. All right. So first of all, we've got to see what causes unhappiness in poker. And it's thinking that you need success. It's thinking that you need poker to make you feel worthy, both for yourself and for other people. The more I speak to poker players, the more deep I go with my coaching, the more I realize a lot of poker players are worried more so about other people's opinion than even their own. They're more worried about what other people think of them. They're more worried about what their friends, their family, people who have underestimated them will make of their choices. And as a result, they put all this expectations on poker to fill the void of other people's expectations. Maybe you didn't get acknowledged much from your parents. Maybe through school you were a bad student and you've got this chip on your shoulder that you want to have success in something. All right, we've all got baggage. We've all got stuff that we bring into our lives. But you've got to realize when you're using poker to fill those voids. Poker can never fill these. Poker can never validate you. It can never make you feel that internal feeling that you're wanting. All right, so if you are using poker as your vehicle for acceptance, for success, for self-worth, you gotta stop. All right, this is the video for you. This is the video for you. And we're gonna walk through how to create that internal state and how to break the illusion. I call it breaking the illusion that we need the external. We don't need the external to validate us internally. All right, so if you continue to use poker as your vehicle to make you happy, to make you fulfilled, it's gonna do the opposite. It's gonna make you unhappy, stressed, and unfortunately, it's often going to hinder your success, not increase it. All right, so that's the predicament. We've got that we are attached to poker outcomes. We are attached to the thought of having success, or if you've had success already, the thought of keeping it. It's funny how quick the mind switches. I spent 3 to 5 years worrying about how to be successful. Then I had the success I wanted, and then my mind went, got to keep it, Adam. Got to keep it. Don't lose it. Don't slip up now. Didn't even notice it. It was almost the same day that my mind switched around. It's crazy, right? Because we're putting our internal onto these things. So the one root cause of unhappiness with poker is attachment. All right. So now we've got the bad guy in the room. We've got to learn to tackle him. All right. So how do we remove that attachment? How do I want something without making it overwhelming? How can I pursue something at a high level without it consuming me? How can I be happy on the pursuit without it overriding me? All right. So luckily for you guys, there's 3 ways to do this. There's 3 things you can do that will allow you to overcome your attachment, all right, in the poker context in particular. The first thing is you've got to examine the false belief. The only reason that you are feeling the attachment to poker is because you think you've got a belief, like a thought pattern, that if I have success in poker, I will be happy. If other people respect me, I will be happy. All right, we're putting all these external things on the belief that if I get the success I want, I will be happy. And if it didn't make you happy, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be pursuing it, right? So there's got to be an underlying feeling of this is going to make me feel good. Now we've got to break this false belief. We've got to break the false belief, all right, that it's going to make you happy, okay? So once you have a number of success, if you look back at anything in your life that you've wanted, that you've desired, that you've craved, and you've achieved it, did it lead to long-lasting happiness? All right, and picture myself, like I had very specific financial goals. First one, get out of debt. And I was like, once I'm out of debt, I won't be stressed because there's nothing on my mind. Got out of debt. Next one, I wanted 5 figures in my bank. And I was like, I can't even think of a way to spend 5 figures because I was in debt. I had a very limited mindset at the time. I was like, as soon as I get 5 figures in the bank and it's cash, and I've got cash that I've got come to money, I can't think of a single stress I would possibly have. So I got to 5 figures. Now my next one was like, oh, well, 5 figures. Like, you're going to go for that real quickly. You're playing higher stakes now. Let's go for 6 figures. And then I went for 6 figures. And I was like, this has got to be it. Got to 6 figures. And then I was like, well, it's still not enough. It's only like a year or two to live in. That's not much. Let's go for multiple 6. And my mind just kept going and going and going. And I didn't catch myself. All right, we all do this. We think our happiness is going to be the next checkpoint. And it's not. So we're going to break the illusion. So step 1, examine the false belief that the success you think poker is going to give you or the validation is going to give you, that's going to give you happiness. And it's not. Once we realize, wait, it's not going to give me the thing I think it's going to. It's not going to validate me. It's not going to make me happy. All right, so number 1, break the false belief. If you don't break the illusion, you live in the program, society's program. Have success, be happy. How many successful people do you know who are super happy? There's not that much of a correlation, is there? There's happy people who are unsuccessful, happy people who are successful. There's a merge in between. The different games, success game and happiness, are not on the same axis. I always think success is going this way, happiness is going this way. And we think it's like success goes to this and it just peaks. You get peak success and you peak at happiness. There's a small causal effect, like a correlation effect. At the bottom end, like say you're in debt and you're in poverty and you're in a bad situation, yeah, sure. Increasing your financial situation in that zone will help you to experience life at a higher level. Great. But once you get out of that checkpoint, there's not much left. All right, so getting more and more money doesn't make you happy. So for step 1, break the false belief that you need money, you need success, you need poker to make you happy. You're happy now, all right? Happiness is inside you. We want to get happiness, we remove the obstructions, and happiness is what's left, all right? I'm not going to go too much deep on that depth on that because that's a whole self-exploration part of your life where you need to figure out where the happiness comes from within you. All right, so step 1, break the false belief. Number 2, learn to enjoy things without needing them. All right, this is a big one in my life. All right, so right now I'm in what I call my dream office. I've conceptualized this for a long time. I'm in a great office and I've got awesome view of Bali. The sea's just right in front of me. I can see that the beach is just like 100 meters from me. It's sunsets right here when I'm working in the office. It's exactly the office I always wanted. I enjoy it. I love being here. However, I'm not attached to it. I know this is going to last forever. I know my circumstances could change. I know I could be in a very different situation months, years, anytime from now. And I'm okay with that. I'm enjoying what I have without clinging, without attachment. Can you see the subtle difference? If I was doing, I need this to be happy. I need this situation to be happy. It's very different to, I'm happy. I'm enjoying the situation, but I don't need it. All right, my happiness is not dependent on that, okay? So it's having things, success in poker, wanting that success in poker without needing it for your happiness. Realizing if you weren't successful, so you got to play the opposite side of the spectrum. If you weren't successful in poker, if you didn't have the success you wanted, could you still be happy? Can you be happy with the alternative? That's what you've got to work on. Can you? And if you can, then awesome, because now you can enjoy the finer things. You can enjoy the successes without needing them. It's subtle. It's a subtle one, this one, but it's very, very important to enjoy what you have without needing it. This goes for life events. It goes for people in your life, to enjoy your friends, enjoy your relationships without needing them. It's subtle, but it's very, very, very important. This is something I've had to work on a lot. When I see myself wanting something or enjoying something, I'm like, do I need this? Am I becoming attached to this? I become attached to things. And as a result, we then put this label, I need this for my happiness. I need this for my happiness. Think of the pressure that puts on that situation, in that event. Now, your happiness is dependent on this thing. Guess what? Everything changes. Everything's in flow. Everything's in movement and changing from day to day, week to week, month to month. So it can never be static, all right? So don't put your enjoyment and happiness on that, all right? So learn to enjoy things without needing them. Learn to enjoy the poker pursuit without needing it. And the third one, the final one, is to widen your circumference, all right? Widen your amount of things that bring you enjoyment, all right? A lot of poker players will put all their bets on poker. It's like, if poker goes well, I'll be happy. I'll enjoy my life. But if it doesn't, I won't enjoy my life. All right, so it's like one thing needs to go well, and then it'll be good. You've got to find enjoyment in your life. You've got to find hundreds, thousands of things that give you enjoyment, not one. So let's use an example. Let's say I have one favorite restaurant, all right? And let's say I love going to it, and I go to it most days, and I love it. It's my favorite food, and it's way better than any other restaurant, and I can't think of another restaurant I'd rather go to. Then COVID strikes, and that restaurant closes. How do I feel now? Now I'm like, oh, everything else is second best. Nothing else will be good enough. Now I'm unhappy because I've become attached to that one restaurant. What about on the flip side, if I enjoyed that restaurant, the same restaurant, I enjoyed it, but I had 999 other restaurants that I also liked, that I also enjoyed. I had variety, I could go to different places. This one might be my slight preference, but I've got lots of preferences. I've got lots of things I like. Now, if my favorite one closed, guess what? I'll probably barely notice, and I'm not going to be unhappy. My mental state will not be affected by that because I've got a lot of things that bring me joy. All right, so you guys have got to find in your life, outside of poker, things that bring you joy. All right, so for me, when I was pursuing poker full on, the other thing that I was getting enjoyment from was exercise and looking after myself, and also learning about the mind, which just took me into the coaching avenue now. Learn about myself and the mind, and exercise were two things that I enjoyed whilst pursuing poker, which give me that, when poker wasn't going well, I still got enjoyment from these things. And this is the thing with poker. Very often we lock ourselves away and just grind, and that's all we've got going on in our lives. As a result, of course, you're going to get attached to it. Of course, when poker goes badly, it's going to affect you. All right, so you've got to find many things that bring you enjoyment. So for me, some things that bring me enjoyment: time outdoors, going to the beach, meditating, being with friends, being in silence, going exercising, playing sports, watching sports. There's many things that are very different that I can get enjoyment from in different ways. So like, look at the extremes. For me, I very much enjoy meditating. All right, so I do an hour meditation in the morning. No one there, just me and my own thoughts. On the flip side, I love being around my friends in social, high energy scenarios. All right, so if I'm with my friends, awesome, I'm having a great time. If I'm by myself, awesome, I'm having a great time. So I've got this more of a spectrum of things that bring me joy. So now when say someone says don't go my way, I'm okay. We go on lockdown, everyone's indoors for a number of time. I'm like, okay, awesome, I enjoy time myself. So you've got to find enjoyment in different things. It could be learning, it could be reading, but you've got to it's almost like diversifying. It's like an investment fund. You've got to diversify your bets, all right? You've got to diversify your investments so you're not too attached to one outcome. And this is really hard for poker players because you put everything into poker. Poker is so dominant that nothing else matters. But you've got to find ways to find joy in your life. You're so much more of a person than a poker player. You've so much depth to your personality and who you are than just playing one game. All right, you're playing a bigger game called the game of life, and it's fun as hell. It's a really enjoyable game. Learn to enjoy it. Learn to have more things on your spectrum. All right, so there's three things there. One was break the false belief that you need poker to make you happy. You don't. If you think you need that, that's the trap. That's the illusion you need to break. So break the false belief that you think poker is going to grant you this amazing kind of nirvana. The second thing is to learn to enjoy things without needing them. All right, enjoy them, but also know when they're gone, you're still going to be good. What you have is great, but when it's gone, it's still going to be good. And the third one is widen the amount of things that bring you enjoyment. All right, outside of poker. All right, this is figure out you as a person, the most important variable, you as a person. What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? Do more of it consistently. Don't make excuses. I haven't got time. This is one of the things that really frustrates me as a coach. When people tell me they haven't got time to do the things that make them happy. They haven't got time. And I'm like, okay, so you've got time to do the things that don't make you happy, but you haven't got the time to do the things that do make you happy. Okay, I think there's a little bit of a value conflict here, because surely the goal of life is to do more things that make you happy. All right, we tell ourselves, oh yeah, I'll do the things that make me happy after I've done this and that and this. And guess what? You never get there. All right, so that was the third thing. Widen the spectrum of things that make you happy. And I've got a bonus tip. The bonus tip for you guys who stuck to the end and waited for this, and that is gratitude. Gratitude cuts through everything. Gratitude is enjoying what you have. It's putting your attention on what I have right now, not what I want in the future. Most of us spend all our time and energy on the thing in the future. I want this, I need this, and we're always desiring. All right, dopamine's flooding through our veins. We're like, I want these things, and they'll make me happy. All right, and there's a time and a place for that. That's great in moderation, but you've got to balance that with gratitude. What I have now is enough. Who I am right now is enough. I am worthy. I am a good person. I have everything that's important already, all right? If you don't think that, you've got to do some work to develop that feeling in yourself that you are enough. The external's not going to validate you. There's no success you're going to have that's going to give you that sticker. You put your sticker on, self-worth, there you go. The validation you didn't get from your childhood, from your school, from your parents, from your friends, any circumstances, you ain't going to get that from poker. You ain't going to get that from anything external. You got to work on that internally, all right? And sometimes we've got voids that we're trying to fill through what we do, all right? And that's where the unhappiness comes from, all right? So you got to learn to fill your cup from within rather than from the external. All right, so gratitude is the final one. Spend time to be grateful. For me, I meditate in the morning, and then I spend 5 minutes. All right, I just think about everything I've got in my life. I spend 5 minutes about everything that's really important to me that I already have. Not that I'm seeking, not that I need. It's always like small things, really small things. It's my relationships. It's the fact that I'm able to coach people and people have their trust in me. It's the fact that I'm able to have control of my life and go outside in the fresh air. It's little things but just what you have is enough. What you have is enough, all right? If you don't think it is, you've got to do more work on looking for it. We see what we're looking for. If every day you spend 5 minutes in gratitude, thinking about what you have rather than what you don't have, oh my God, it'd change your life. Because guess what? You'd see it. You'd see the things that were already in front of you. Everything you need to be happy is in you already. You have it. You don't seek it. You don't get it. You don't find it. You don't achieve it. It's already there. All right, guys, we went quite deep today, didn't we? So hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys are struggling with happiness, you are a bit unhappy on the poker pursuit, use these methods, all right? Use those 3 tools I give you and practice the daily gratitude on top, and honestly, it will change everything. You will also have way more success in poker, all right? You'll have way more success in life, and you'll be a better person to be around. You'll just enjoy the pursuit. Poker's an amazing game. It's an amazing journey. Life's an amazing game, an amazing journey. We've got to learn to enjoy it. We've got to learn to put ourselves in that good state and seek the pleasures for the right reasons, all right? Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you took some value from this. I'm always intrigued to see what you guys make of these videos. And if it was helpful, let me know. Have a little comment on your main takeaway, and I'll read that and get back to you like I always do. And thanks for watching, guys. There's going to be plenty more coming from me very soon.